Happy birthday, Dino!
Dino. I'm surprised
Dino
he's not
Mike.
dead yet with the way 2016 has been going.
Oh, he's been dead for like 15 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That just goes to show how much I know about things.
So that's why we can appreciate you, Brandon.
You have now entered the Henry Lovers Podcast. Sit back and enjoy the soothing voices of your hosts, Mike, Brandon, and Chico, as they ramble on about absolutely nothing for the next hour.
Welcome, everybody, to the Henry Lovers Podcast. Yay!
Woohoo! I'm your host, Brandon.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Chico.
Yay!
That's right.
Beloved
Everybody.
Chico.
Beloved
The
Chico, that's
beloved
right.
Chico.
The beloved Chico.
That's
So
right.
welcome to episode 5.
Yes.
Episode
Five.
5.
Cinco.
5. Okay, and before we get started, real quick, I really am overjoyed at the fact that literally just from the last video that we posted to the Facebook, we got like 10 likes on our Facebook page, and we got like 3 subscribers. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's
Going
big
big
for me,
time.
all right?
That's
right.
that's monumental leaps from what it used to be. Huh?
Yeah. Well, let me put it to you this way: before you joined, and before episode 4, I think we had like 3 likes, and that was like me, Mike, and Emily. Okay. And then after that, I think the views were about the same, about like the 20s range, but the subscribers went up by 3 because I think it was just
yeah.
Mike and I that were subscribed to the channel. So, what about it? Pretty exciting
about-
stuff.
What about Bob?
What about Bob? What about him? Who's Bob?
Yeah, some guy.
Some
Down the street.
Some
Sells
douche.
drugs.
Ah, yeah. So it's
Sell
totally some douche.
drugs.
Okay, so while we're in a happy mood, I'm gonna bring it back a little bit, and I
No.
found out. Hold on, I found out this story. Okay, and this story definitely it grinded my gears, as you would say, Mike.
Oh, boy.
So have you guys heard about this kid Brock Turner?
No.
Okay,
Rapist?
so yeah, Chico knows.
Racist.
No,
rapist.
rapist.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
so
is he the one from the school with the dad?
Yep.
yes. So you guys do know what I'm talking about. See, this is why I love you, because I hear things and you hear them too, and we can relate. It's a little bit depressing because now there's no little thing there. But I'm going to recap it just for anybody who's listening that hasn't known. So this dude back apparently January 2015 was essentially raping this woman behind a dumpster who was passed out, like some half-naked woman. And 2 graduate students found him, pulled him off, waited for the cops to get there, and he got arrested, right? Well, fast forwarded to today, and he was charged with 3 counts of sexual assault, but instead of getting the max of 14 years for what he did, he instead got 6 months
6
probation,
months.
6 months in jail, and then probation afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's disgusting to me.
I
Like,
don't see nothing wrong
you don't see
with a
anything wrong with
little
it.
bump and grind.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. That's just nasty. Okay. But the defense that his dad gave or whatever was essentially like they're drunk
20
and
minutes
then the
of
judge,
action.
Yeah, 20 minutes of action. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah.
Oh man! dude.
Oh, my
when I read that, I mean, just what's going on? You know, like it's just the overall quality of people today is just absolutely tanking.
Oh, it's the worst. And not only that, but like the guy that I watched that I kind of got this story from is Philip DeFranco. I don't know if you guys watch him on YouTube or not, but
Negative.
he's pretty good actually, and his perspective on this is really good. And I haven't had a chance to look at the website, but BrockTurnerRapist.com is actually a website. So I'm going to go ahead and post that on the Facebook whenever we get done and, get all this stuff fixed and adjust, whatever. But so it's just ridiculous to me that the judge was like, oh, well, he can't be at fault because he was drunk and she was drunk. Like that.
Well,
Nah, there's no nah. It works both ways, though. Believe me, because I have been raped. And Mike, I believe you've heard this story. Chico, you may have heard this story.
huh?
I haven't told you the story about how I accidentally this was when I was going a little bit crazy and
Your butt cherry popped?
no. See, it wasn't one of those. What it was okay. So I was in a rough spot and I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, and I was basically drinking myself into a coma every night. Well, I was also taking sleeping pills to try to sleep because I would not sleep for like 4 days at a time. Well, I took a sleeping pill and forgot that I took it, and I proceeded to drink heavily afterwards. So essentially what happened was I blacked out, like completely blacked out, and I woke up next to 2 women, but not the kind that you would like to wake up to. We're talking like a combined body weight of a freight train. So, yeah, I was the
choo choo.
Yeah, have you ever like heard the Mitch Hedberg joke? It's like New York Delis is like a cow with a cracker on either side. Well, I was the cracker in between 2 cows. All right. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that story. Oh well, okay. So here, while we're doing it, why not, right? So all right, we were throwing a party. We used to throw house parties all the time when I was in like early 20s. And, we just used to invite a bunch of people over and party and whatever. Well, this specific time, this girl wanted to come to one of our parties, and she wanted to bring one of her friends. Doobie and I didn't want to feel bad for not inviting her because, well, I just told you why. And so anyway, we were like, yeah, sure, you can come. Well, again, take the pill, start drinking. My cousin, Devin, actually was hanging out. I think he might have been living with us at the time. But anyway, he was essentially like, apparently I told him that I didn't feel well and I was going to go lay down. And he needed to like make sure that nobody came in and bugged me. Well, his drunk ass let the 2 of them walk into my bedroom. And his excuse as to why he let them in was, oh, I thought they were just going to check on you. Make sure you're okay. So like, first of all, that was your job. Like you were the one that's supposed to check on me and make sure that I'm not dying. But anyway, so I wake up in the morning. And I freak the fuck out. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm literally, like, sandwiched in between these 2 very large women. And so I jump out of bed, like, immediately. Okay, like, spring out of bed, run to the bathroom, and I call my brother, Adam. Luckily, he lives, like, just a little ways down the road. So I'm, like, pleading him, like, please, for the love of God, do not ask questions. Just come and get me right the fuck now. Like, I can't handle this right now. Just come get me. And so he's like, oh, God, okay, yeah, sure. So he shows up like maybe 5-10 minutes later. And they're like, oh, come back to bed. And I'm like, sorry, I got to go to work. I got called in. So I run away to my brother's house. And I take the hottest shower that I think I've ever taken, like skin meltingly hot. And so I'm looking in the mirror, and it looks like these girls literally tried to eat me, which does not help the fact at all. Because look, I've had like bruises and like love bites and whatever else they're called. These were like straight on blood blisters, man. Like I'm talking like just deep red like welts all over my body.
Oh yeah, they're
oh dude, they were trying to have a feast. And this is my only thing that's keeping me sane. I'm assuming because I was so drugged up that like nothing was working, and that's why they tried to eat me.
Were they on bath salts? By
Dude, I was waiting for the good time to make the comment that I wonder how, like, since you don't remember any of it, like, how well you performed.
See, and that's what I'm hoping that nothing happened. You ever heard of whiskey dick? I hope I got that times 10. All right. I hope that shit just did not stand at attention and go to work. I'm hoping that I was just blacked out because, it's anyway. So I'm showering and I'm like, I'm at my brother's and I'm looking at all this stuff. And I just hang out at my brother's until like 5 o'clock at night. And I was like, surely they are gone by then. Nobody else is at the house, by the way. It's literally just these 2 women. So they could have stolen everything that I own. But I'm like, finally like, okay, they have to be gone by now. Adam, take me home. So he brings me back home. Their car is still in my driveway.
Oh, great.
So not only is their car still in my driveway, they're still in my bed. They still do not have clothes on.
Oh.
So Adam being the wonderful brother that he is, basically says, I need to see this. And he comes inside, right? And he's just standing at the doorway. And these girls have no shame. I'm just like, hey, sorry, my brother's taking me to work. I got to work a double. A bunch of people called out. Sorry, I don't know what to do. And but you guys got to go. Like, I got to lock up the house. So they get out of bed. Again, no shame, like completely butt-ass naked in front of my brother. And he's trying so hard not to cry. He's laughing so hard. Oh, he's laughing so hard. And, I'm basically like shooing them out of the house. Well, finally they leave, and they try to go in for a kiss. And I'm like, nope, got to go. And I just get in my brother's car, and we drive literally around the block. And then he comes, like my brother comes in with my sister-in-law, Sunny, and they basically just chill with me for the rest of the night, and I think we like drink and watch movies.
Wow.
Yep. So that's that story. But
How'd we get here?
anyway, from Brock Turner.
Oh,
and his,
yes.
yeah. So that's a funny segue away from that topic. But no, it's astounding to me going back to him that like 6 months, like that's ridiculous. You know,
he's getting away with quite a bit there.
Is he going to go to
Yeah.
the 6 months at the hard time, shall we say?
No,
or
no,
6
this is-
months in the cushy little rich
Yeah.
person jail.
like the cushy little person jail, basically.
See,
Yep.
So 6
if
months.
they threw him
he's not
6
gonna be
months in
around.
like San Quentin, that'd be fine.
He's not going to be around like convicted felons.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, not
Yeah.
like hard convicted felons.
Because he'd be getting pounded like daily.
Absolutely. He would
Oh, yeah.
he would become the bitch. Because
And
he's a
that's the
scrawny
thing.
dude. He's a really small guy.
Oh yeah, dude, he's
The
maybe
reason-
a little bit taller than me.
yeah,
but
the reason
that's-
what they went so lenient on him is because he was a good swimmer. So he does well for the university. So they just, it's like, oh, well, he does good for our image outside of him trying to put his penis in a trunk check.
And you know, I thought that there was something to that, and because he did mention swimming, and I looked into it a little bit before you guys called, but you know, I just didn't have a lot of time to like really go deep into the story. But I
him?
honestly I assumed that it had to do something with the university because they had mentioned in his defense or whatever that he was a swimmer. But even that is still just like fucked. You know what I
That's
mean?
not even cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was the star football player, basketball player, who cares about swimming?
Okay. Who cares about sports in general, man?
Hey,
Like I understand that.
Money.
Well,
Dollar bill, y'all.
okay.
Yeah.
So let me put it to you this way:
He wants to become the next LeBron James and sign a $1 billion contract with Nike.
Yeah.
for swimming.
No,
Yeah.
basketball. Who cares about
Well,
swimming?
No, I'm saying this
Nobody
guy is the
cares.
swimmer though.
I don't know.
It's just fucked though, dude.
Well-
like
I don't know. Drunk girls be getting drunk. You know?
Drunk guys be trying to get with the drunk girls.
Yeah. You get drunk, you get crunk, you know?
yeah, but drunk is drunk, man. Like look, I wasn't in any mind to say yes because I don't remember saying anything, and I woke up in between two women. Now my story's a little bit more hilarious because I kind of spun it that way, but at the time, man, I was already going through some shit, and that just added a whole heap of shit on the top of that. You know what I mean? But imagine. Okay, let's. I hate to bring it to this, but like, you know, if your daughter's in college, Mike, when she goes to college, you're saying that in the same front, if she gets drunk and this happens to her, she didn't consent. She was
I'd
not
kill him.
able to consent.
I would kill him.
exactly.
I would stab him
But-
with my bayonet.
Exactly. That's you would shoot him with your little musket
I would
ball
stab
pistol
him with
thing,
my bayonet.
And right, probably
and
in
then
the
I
butt
would
if I had
put
to
him in
guess.
San Quentin. And then Bubba be making him his bitch.
See, exactly. And that's what this guy deserves, though. That's the point. Like, this guy deserves to go to at least, like, a high, like, where rapists usually go. Like, a higher, like, max, whatever, prison thing. And he's not. He's going to a cushy little cell for, and this is, if he gets good behavior, this dude will be out in a couple weeks.
He's got
and then he's got probation after that.
money.
Maybe 3 months.
They've got money.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. You got a little money, you got a little name cred, you'll be like, hey, Judgy Wedgie, how's about you cutting down on that there sentence? I hope you get reelected.
It's just, oh, God. Anyway. So that was a good cap to my night that was already just,
That's not good.
you know,
Let's
boring anyway.
Let's
but-
get into John Oliver being a
John
real
oh.
swell guy. That's what I want to
Yeah.
talk about. Something a little happier.
Joe, bring it on, because I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
When he did all that nice stuff and he bought up all that debt.
Yeah. So, well, to put that into perspective for people, he bought $14 million, roughly,
15.
like almost 15,
Yep.
$1 million in debt, like hospital debt from Texas for $60,000, and then forgave it, every last penny.
Yep. So I wondered why don't more people do that?
That's honestly the same thing that I was wondering. Like, you know, if I was a millionaire or if I could, like, afford to do that, I would do that,
Yeah.
I mean, as often as I could. That just seems like an awesome thing to do for people.
Like, oh, you could donate. I could donate money to charity. Like, that doesn't count. Like it's like $1 equals $1. It probably equals less than $1 because you donate
Right.
$1, but then you got to pay for some crap. He bought up the money. It was like pennies on the dollar, not even pennies.
Yeah,
like a fraction of a cent.
Right.
Insane.
And that's what he was saying. It was less than a half a cent per dollar or something like that he spent.
That's what we need.
It is sick.
So that's what we need. We need to buy up our own debt. That'll make America great again. Maybe Trump can start shelling out all the cash.
You know, and that also made me kind of think, though, like the debt that we have right now accumulated as a country, is that factored into that? Does that factor in, or is that just like government debt?
I don't know.
Like, is that like total debt that the country is like $20 trillion or whatever? Because if that's the case, and like the majority of this debt is, in, companies that basically buy and sell debt, why would you not try to like lessen that? You know what I mean? Because that's ultimately
like, people own our debt. It's like Saudi Arabia. It's other countries. China owns a lot of it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It must be distinctly different than this kind of debt.
It was. I'm pretty sure
this is probably private debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the U.S. federal government debt is estimated to be $19.3 trillion.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that's like other countries giving us money, and then we'll say, "Oh, we'll give it back to you with X amount of interest."
Right. So it's basically a credit card for the United States.
Yeah.
Got to keep that war machine going.
Yeah.
Got to keep Mike employed.
Speaking of that, Bo Burnham, I think his name is. He's got a special on Netflix. Brittany and I watched it last night.
Burnham?
Freaking hilarious. Yeah, Bo Burnham.
How's that?
It's like Stay Happy or Happy. I don't know, something. But anyway, he's a stand-up comedian, but he's like 25 years old. But he's also kind of like a performance artist type dude. So instead of just standard, went to the airport today and how about them airplanes? You know what I'm saying? Like instead of like stuff like that, like he actually has like entire like light shows and like he comes up with like original songs to play over top of his jokes and stuff. It's actually really, really good. Bo Burnham. I can't hold on. I'm gonna Google this real quick. But it's Happy something.
Happy Tree Friends.
No, not Happy Tree. Bo B-U-R. No, not O. My computer
Do
is
it
terribly
right.
there it is. Burnham. Bo Burnham.
Burnham on.
Happy. Come on. Give it to me.
I'm so happy.
Make Happy. That's what it is. Make Happy. So Bo Burnham, Make Happy.
Okay.
That's the name of the thing. But it's on Netflix, so you guys should totally check that out.
Okay. Is it rated R for lots of profanity?
He swears, but I don't know that it's necessarily rated R. This is something that if Emily's not into profanity, then maybe don't have her watch it. He's not
we're into it in mild amounts when you say every other word.
Oh, no. It's not like that.
Okay.
But like there's like a little bit, and not to give too much away, but there's a little bit where basically like he's talking about how he's breaking up with his girlfriend. And then he's like, eat a dick. And then there's like this whole trans techno thing about like, eat a dick. And then it's like, oh, I can't express my feelings because I'm a man and blah, blah, blah. And then she's like from her perspective, oh my God, I can't believe you cried for me, whatever. Let's get back together. And then he's like, oh my God, really? And she's like, no, suck my clit or something. And then like the whole techno breakdown about like, fuck you, like you're a piece of shit. I put 3 years of my life into this and I deserve better. Dude, it's freaking hilarious.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, so I would totally Bo Burnham, Make Happy.
We'll link that
That's
on the
the
page.
So here's a little thing that I had also segueing here.
Thing.
For this is another Grind Mike's Gears thing.
Oh, great.
I want to know if you've heard about this. The Emoji Bible.
I saw it and that was retarded.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that, Mike? An emoji Bible, literally.
That is how I feel. It is retarded.
That's it.
That is all the time. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's stupid. No, done.
No.
Next thing.
Just that. No, oh come on, no.
I'm not talking about it. I ain't gonna talk about it.
We have to talk about it. We have to talk about
I ain't gonna
it
think
because
about it. I ain't
listen,
gonna talk about it. I ain't gonna think about it. I ain't gonna talk about it.
Why not?
Because ain't nobody got time for that.
Everybody got time
Waste
for that.
of time.
I want to know your opinion on
That
it.
is
Okay,
the opinion. That's it.
I'm gonna.
Maybe we got a little time for that.
And does it need to exist?
See, it doesn't. It doesn't need to exist. But see, okay, this is coming from a non-religious person. I mean, I respect all religions. Obviously, I've read the Bible, but like taking this epic book, you know what I mean, that is highly regarded for a lot of people as like the main point in their life. You know what I mean, like God above all and all this other stuff. To take that and to condense it down into faces and shapes and all that other stuff, like, and that's to draw people into the church. And see, as a God-fearing man, Mike, that is what I wanted to hear from you more or less. Is like, you know, how do you feel about actually this? If this did bring somebody into a church, how would you feel about that?
That's great.
No.
Okay, but it's really that black and white. Was that a sarcastic "that's great" or like this is okay? It actually brought them to Jesus.
That's fine.
But you don't believe that there's some sort of like superficial nonsense? Like,
yes,
they were literally. But okay, so it's okay to kind of go to church as long as it doesn't matter if it was superficial or not. Like, they didn't actually feel the word of God. They didn't see the word of God.
The cops on the run because you just shot up a bank, and you go to church to hide out, and you hear something good, and it makes you change as a person. That's great. That's how I feel.
I mean,
whatever it is to get him in there, I guess. I feel like it's retarded. I can see doing some biblical stories, I guess. Like, there's probably some certain ones you could translate in emoji form, but obviously, as a whole, it's impossible to translate. It'd be a waste of time.
Absolutely.
Take that time, make some money, and then buy up some poor people's debt. You fools!
Yes. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. I pretty much agree, I guess, to the extent of, like, if it gets them into church and it changes their lives, then yeah. I mean, again, even speaking as a non-religious person, like, I can see the importance of that, but still, the idea of reducing this epic story of, like, grandeur and, like, you know, just benevolence to smiley faces and hashtags is... yeah. You know, another question that I just thought of is, like, what does that say about literacy? Like, people are literally so against reading just anything that you have to take the biggest biblical book next to, like, the Quran or something like that and convert it to freaking smiley faces and sad faces and crosses and whatever else. It's horrible.
Anyway. It just goes right down the toilet with the rest of everything else. I was reading Herodotus today, and they were telling a story. The Persians took over a Athenian town, so they took over the Greeks, and then the Greeks revolted. So Cyrus the Great was trying to figure out what to do with them, and the former king of the Athenians, who Cyrus had kind of captured and taken over, he said, "This is what you'll do. You'll pacify the men, make them into traitors, make them all wear togas and put away their swords, and just make them have a lot of money. And then pretty soon, the men will all be women, and there'll be no one left to fight against you." And I feel like that's where we're headed. We're being pacified. We don't want to, you can get away with rape. It's not a big deal. There's no one going to stand up to anybody because you can't stand up to somebody because, you might hurt my feelings. I need a safe space. Oh, no. Smack! Right across the face.
That's actually really good.
Man up!
Yeah.
Make America great again! Trump 2016!
Okay, maybe not that far.
I'm going that far.
You had me until then.
I'm going that far.
See, now, I agree with that, though. And I'm surprised, actually, that you didn't see... I know a lot of people down here that probably would have taken that and twisted it into like the whole transgender issue, which thank God that gorilla got everybody's mind off the bathrooms because I was tired of hearing about that, all right? Seriously, like if you look at the timeline on Facebook, everybody's like, trans people in the bathroom, and then a monkey gets shot and everybody's up in arms about a fucking monkey getting shot. But
meanwhile, nuclear waste is leaking in the oceans and nobody cares.
Oh, yeah. Like Shell had a giant oil spill off the, I think, coast of California or some shit like that. Like that didn't get talked about. That happened like weeks ago.
Priorities. Yeah. Where are they?
But,
they're gone.
I mean, everybody cares about what's directly in front of them, really. That's the biggest thing. You know, I don't know. But yeah, so it's very interesting anyway that because I believe that, you know, you definitely have to have some type of pacifism. You do have to be a pacifist in some sense.
You know what I mean? You just need to be sympathetic and to understand other people and to be able to stand up for people. Not even stand up for people, just treat people decently. And when they're shitty people, squash them like a bug.
See, actually, I totally agree with that. Like, I mean, it basically goes along the thing with, like, the reason that you and I believe, have been friends for as long as we have, even though we have a lot of different opinions as far as, like, religion and things like that go. Like, I would totally stand up for your rights to freedom of religion and all that other stuff, and I believe you would stand up for my rights to, like, not necessarily against that, but, you know, obviously we've talked about, you know, you kind of wish that I was religious and stuff like that, but you also respect the fact that I respect your religion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of interwoven thing within our relationship, and if somebody were to talk down to you for being religious, I'd be the first one to punch him in the face and be like, how about you fuck yourself? You know what I mean? And flip the script. I'm pretty sure you would be like, whoa, like, he's a cool guy. It's totally his opinion to think whatever he wants. Maybe chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what about you, Chico? What is your opinion on all this? You've been kind of quiet.
Well, I'm just listening because I know Mike's side of things, mainly because we've known Mike for many years.
Yeah.
I'm not on the other side of it. I don't judge anybody based on what they believe. I mean, I myself believe there is a higher being, but people call him what they will. People could call him, you know, they could call him Allah, they could call him God, Jesus, Buddha, if that's what they look up to. I mean, simply, I put it as he's the Omega, or she's the Omega, whichever it may be, or if you want to assign a gender to it, if you want to go that route. But, you know, I've never discriminated on somebody based on their religion. So whenever that situation comes up, I generally say, hey, you know, knock it off. That's not your place.
Oh, yeah. See, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm basically on the same front with you. Okay, like, my entire religious kind of aspect is I've read the Bible. I've read parts of the Quran, which actually I worked with an Egyptian man for a while who was a Muslim, and he told me that the English translation of the Quran basically takes everything out of it, like all of the feeling, all of the meaning, all of the emotion. Like, you don't really understand any of it unless you understand Arabic, which is a very hard language to actually understand if you're not born into it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I've looked into Wiccan, I've looked into Buddhism, I've looked into a lot of different religions, you know what I mean? Because it's always fascinated me that people can devote their entire lives into one specific subject as, like, a religion or something like that, you know? But I don't necessarily – I believe in a higher power in the sense that there is something greater than us in the universe. There has to be, otherwise the entire universe is flawed, and why do we even live in it? But I don't necessarily believe in a higher plane, you know what I mean? Like a heaven or hell type situation. Because that it makes sense to me that energy never it is like you can't destroy energy, more or less, that it's kind of a forever lasting thing, and that energy can get put use to other things. But as far as like a place where that energy goes to just sit for the rest of eternity seems a little off, you know? Like, I feel like it's like
I feel like it's unbalanced.
Yeah.
There's no balance to that kind of story.
Exactly. Like, if the energy that is creating me and keeping me alive day to day, like when I die, if that energy is then put into something else, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially the idea of, like, recycling, or, you know, okay, well, you can't do this. Well, kind of. Not necessarily that I have to become something else, but the energy that I had is
it goes
used
to
for
something
something else.
Why
But,
not just keeps going?
Well,
You
I'm not saying that.
transcend, man.
Well, that's the thing is that
So-
like
so
I'm
then-
not saying
So then, Mike, just the only logical path that like you're driving at is that there must be like an endless loop. If our energy is going to some other plane, that other plane must be something else similar to how we inhabit Earth.
Exactly.
Because when that one ends, it'll go to another one, or it could cycle back to us. And if there was, we're not there yet, but we would have some indication that our energy is going somewhere else. It wouldn't purely.
How would we know? We don't know anything. We're stupid.
I wouldn't.
We don't
quite
even
say
know
we're
what
stupid.
the nearest planet looks like.
Yeah, we do.
We got an idea. We don't know anything.
We have a lot of pictures of it.
Yeah, crappy pictures. Right? Oh, that's a giant lizard. No, it's not.
There's no lizards on there. It's all dirt with a little bit of water.
You don't
Well,
know. People think they know all the time.
Oh, I'm definitely not saying that I know, and I mean I'm not one to preach. Believe
And
me,
I wouldn't say that most people think they know. I said that
Wow.
what they believe is that that there is a heaven or there is not a heaven. I don't think people have like a definitive idea. They just kind of follow blindly and hope that they're right, which is
Faith.
essentially what religion is.
Gotta have faith.
Look, see, with that, Mike, you could be right, you could be wrong. I'm not going to say that you're right or wrong because it's not within my realm of, like you said, knowledge or whatever to tell you you're right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, personally, it makes more sense for me that, the energy, instead of transcending and going to hang out somewhere, whether it's, Earth-esque or literally just that you don't have to worry about anything, you just literally kind of exist as an entity, whatever. Like, it makes more sense that the energy that leaves me is put towards something else, whether that's the growth of a tree or, a
nuclear
cosmic... Yeah, I mean, it could be anything, really,
Yeah,
to be completely honest. I mean...
we're going cyclical here,
Yeah.
You got to be on both sides of it, life and death.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, reincarnation, I guess, could... like, that is, to me, probably more plausible because then that's, again, that energy reuse. You know what I mean? That same energy that was inhabitant of a human goes to inhabit another human. So you could consider that like a soul or something else. But as far as, again, the transcendence and, like, this is where you are for the rest of eternity, like, energy can't be destroyed. Like, that's been proven. You know what I mean? That energy can't be destroyed. Mm-hmm. It has to come from somewhere. So where does it come from? That's my question. But that's pretty cool, though.
Brandon,
Yes.
when are we going to be lunch ladies?
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're
Weren't
going
we
to be
gonna
lunch ladies. I'm picturing you, me, and Chico in a lunch line at a school with children.
That sounds awful.
No. Hear me out.
Okay.
We'll each make special food. Brandon will have his nice fancy whatever. And Chico, I don't know. What does Chico eat? I could be racist right now, but I'm trying not to.
Dude, if you would have said tacos, I would have been totally fine
Okay.
with that. Or
Chico's
burritos.
gonna make tacos. And I'll be like, oh, hey kids, here's some dirt for you. Boom. And some poor man tomato soup. Ketchup, I just get a little hot water ladle, just a ladle of hot water, just spoon it in the bowl, and then just ketchup, just a little bit of salt, and a little crack pepper. Here you go, kids. At least we'd push them down to Brandon, and Brandon would be like, oh, here's your fancy food.
Okay.
Jerome Bennett's
A
pizza.
grilled pear and brie sandwich with arugula.
Yes.
And out of all that, they're still going to take the tacos as number one.
Yeah, no, totally.
Just what kind of taco? Are we talking like Taco Bell taco? You just bought them, and you're like, here you go, kids.
No, I mean,
No.
you get the two shells from, back in the high school days, they used to give you two shells. They give you
Yeah.
like the 2 half scoops of meat, throw some cheese and celery on there, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't forget the best part. The best part. Our special.
Oh, okay.
Blue candy. The special blue stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll sneak it to them.
Is it meth?
It might be meth. It might be Mountain Dew Voltage that we mixed with some flour.
Like deep fried it?
No, just mixed it and let it sit in the sun for a couple weeks.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure that would like somehow get the kids drunk or something. Like
Well, yeah.
that's fermented
Yeah.
sugar water something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's essentially like a wheat beer.
But we would have that, and we would, slip it to the kids in exchange for a little cash. And we could turn around and be like Robin Hood. We could take the money from the rich, privileged youth and then buy up the debt and solve all the world's problems.
Nice. Okay. On that note, though, because you said Robin Hood, it reminded me. I need you guys to write this down, and I need you to listen to it, and I need your responses, reviews, whatever, whether it be on the Facebook page or the next podcast.
Robin Hood.
It's Robin Hood Costume by Beans on Toast. Okay? Beans on Toast, Robin Hood Costume. Okay, now, this is a British dude. He's a folk singer, okay? Mackenzie and I saw him a couple months ago. We went to see Frank Turner in Gainesville, Florida. And they're 2 openers. They're supposed to have 3. I can't remember the third one. But it was Beans on Toast, Skinny Lister, and then Frank Turner. Both of the openers were phenomenal. But the lyrics to Robin Hood Costume are just great. Like, it's an amazing song. So that's also something that I'm going to write a note here to put Robin Hood Costume on Facebook.
Robin Hood. Robin Hood makes me think of ninjas. You know what else makes me think of ninjas?
Ninja Turtles?
No.
Halo.
No. Chico, that was the segue.
Wait, what happened?
Chico dropped the ball. That's what happened. I threw up a Hail Mary. He was wide open. It hit him right in the chest, and he's rocking.
Speaking of ninjas.
Yeah.
I mean,
ninjas, tell us.
It was a really...
Tell us. Tell us.
Man.
Oh, man. So, Mike was asking me to bring up this story that happened at his house.
Should I tell the way it started? What's the best way to handle this?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, the funny thing is, I mean, we had a bunch of people at Mike's house for his 1-year anniversary wedding, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And, everybody, had a strange sleeping arrangements just because, there's, 12 people at his house.
You know how it goes.
So,
yeah.
I brought a blow-up twin-size mattress, and, dude, I put it in his kitchen. It's great. And, it's like, I gotta think, it's like a little before 8 in the morning. And
yeah, well, you know how lands go. You're up until 3 or 4 at night, and you drink nothing but carbonated beverages with caffeine.
We'll go with Dr. Pepper in this case.
Yeah, Henry went hard on the Dr. Pepper. Beloved Henry.
Wait, Henry was there?
Henry was there.
Yeah,
Henry and Kyle showed up from Tennessee just for the weekend.
Yeah, dude. So it's a little bit before 8 in the morning, and the cat is meowing. So Henry wakes up from his spot on the couch to go let the freaking cat out, and I hear the footsteps go by me because the cat woke me up too, but I wasn't getting up for the cat. Fuck that cat.
Yeah.
And he lets the cat out. The door closes, and all of a sudden I hear thump, and then you just kind of hear like a flopping on the ground. It's hard to demonstrate, but you just hear like.
Well, then I remember just walking in.
And then Mike walks in and sees what the hell's going on.
I have no idea what to do. I'm like, no, what's going on? What do
He
we do?
sees Henry flopping on the ground because
Jesus.
Henry was having a seizure.
Oh, God.
And most people who I have family members that have dealt with seizures, so I know what the thing is. You literally can't do much. You get a paper towel or a towel to wipe their face off in case they aspirate, and you kind of got to let it take its course.
Yeah.
Mike didn't know what to do. So Henry's on the ground there flopping. I'm looking for paper towels, and I look back at Mike really quick to ask him, and I see him on his phone. so I go, Mike, you aren't Googling what to do when somebody's having a seizure, are you? And then he looks at his phone, he puts it down in shame, and he goes, I've never had this happen before. so I go, Mike, you can't do much about it. So I was like, where are the paper towels? Go to the paper towels. And then like I'm trying to Henry like stops his seizure. He stops like, violently shaking, and he's starting to come to. And his eyes look right at me as I'm like trying to help him up, and he like just starts kicking it. Not like violent kicks, but just like a wounded animal kind of kick, like just like pushing me away slowly.
Henry's a kickboxing champion, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just like, the fuck, Henry? I'm trying to help you up. So I'm like trying to like move out of the way of his really slow kicks and also like help him up. So after like a 3-minute debacle of like him stopping like and him coming like semi back to consciousness,
Yeah.
I like bring him over to my bed, to my air mattress there, and I plop him on it. And for like 15 minutes, he's just like semi-comatose hanging out on there. And then, like, a couple minutes after, like, we all just kind of, like, let him be for a little bit, he gets up and he goes back to the spot on the couch.
Yeah.
And then, maybe, like, 45 minutes later, he wakes up, and he has no idea that he had a seizure.
You're like, Henry, you alright? But he's like, why?
Yeah, I was like, Henry, when was the last time you had a seizure? And he goes, oh, I don't know, 2-3 years ago? I go, like, no, I mean... That means that was before the one you had about an hour ago. And he goes, I had a seizure about an hour ago? And he just like, he like breaks into nervousness there.
Oh.
And he's like, holy shit, because he hadn't taken his medicine that you take for seizures.
Yeah. And he drank a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper and didn't sleep.
Of course he did.
In a really, really short amount of time. And we all had like not even 8 hours of sleep in the 2.5-day period of time.
Jesus.
Yep. So then Kyle had to drive the entire way back to Tennessee without changing off. So,
Yeah.
So I'm sure he enjoyed that.
Hours straight.
That's awful. Holy crap, man.
Yeah.
It was definitely an interesting day. It was an interesting start to the day, and just see it, I'll never forget Mike's look on his face when I asked him.
I don't know what to do, man. I'm like, my friend's dying. What do I do?
I love instead of calling 911, you just whipped out Google.
I'm not calling 911.
No, I was like, dude, no, because he asked. He said, I'm pretty sure Mike said, no, do I call the ambulance? I was like, no, dude, you don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, like I've dealt with it before, so I knew what to do more or less. But like, there's not much you can do. You kind of make sure they don't smack their head on anything. Which he was laying on the ground, so I couldn't prevent anything that happened prior to that. But just kind of stopped.
Right.
There. I would have. He probably would have just. We probably left him there.
Oh my god!
I could have grabbed the wand off the sink and just sprayed him with it.
Oh, they usually teach you that in like CPR training and stuff. We had to get CPR certified when I was working at Planet Fitness, and they teach you all about getting a hold of seizures and all that stuff. But that's intense. Leave it to Henry though, man. Like, dude, you're on vacation. I understand, but you basically have epilepsy or some form of like a seizure disorder. You drink a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper, don't sleep, and don't take your medicine. And then you're shocked that you had a seizure.
It was like the perfect storm of like things not to do.
Yeah.
That's what his doctor told him when he went back and told me he had a seizure. He's like, yeah, don't do that ever again.
Yeah. He sent me a message on Facebook probably like 2 weeks after that, after he saw the doctor. He's like, dude, I appreciate you not telling anybody about that, outside of whoever's in the house. Because he doesn't want his family to know that he was pretty much retarded the whole weekend over here and didn't take care of himself at all.
Living it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now it's out on the internet, so eventually maybe somebody will hear it other than us.
It was a fine weekend.
I bet.
The gaming was superb.
Wait, was that the weekend? Was this a while ago or was this recently?
Oh, it was
So,
the year after
2
we
years
got
ago.
married.
2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say this had to have been a while if it was the 1 year anniversary.
Yep.
So that was the year that you guys invited me to come out, but I think I was still in Florida,
Yeah.
broke as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we tried to
pretty
get
sure that was
everybody
the case.
together. We had pretty much everybody was there, I think.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Even Jeff was there for a little while.
Van showed up.
Damn.
It was,
Yeah, we play wiffle ball, dude.
yeah,
You missed out.
It was great. Oh,
Yeah, I
we
struck
did
out so many
Super Smash
people.
Brothers outside on the projector.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be really cold probably by the time that I'm able to make it up, but I'm hoping for Mike and I's birthday. I'm hoping that Brittany and I can come up for like kind of an extended weekend type thing,
That'd be cool.
and just basically chill, have like a little birthday bash, and hopefully do like a live podcast.
cool,
Like that
man.
would be great, especially if we have enough listeners to like do phone calls and like things like that.
Get a whole big bottle of Jack and just down it.
There you go.
Yeah.
The birthday bash.
I don't know if you want Jack. I'll bring you some nice bourbon, Mike.
Get some larceny.
We can do bourbon too. I'm okay with that. Jameson is usually the only whiskey that I can drink straight that isn't like a high dollar whiskey though.
What about a nice...
Larceny was the
brandy?
name of the one I brought you, right?
Yeah, you brought me larceny last time, and I got way too drunk.
that was like really good tasting. Like it was.
Oh, it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, because I'm not huge into like drinking in the least bit, but that was like a fine tasting.
I think I had 3 or
You
4.
had like 3 or 4 of those glasses. I had like 1.5, and I was just like, oh, dude, this tastes great, but holy shit, like.
See, the trouble with me is that like, well, I mean probably with everybody, but like when I start drinking, if I don't stand up and like move around and let it circulate, I won't realize how drunk I am until like it's way too
Yeah.
late. Like Devin and I, before he left to go to like boot camp and stuff, we had a bottle of Bacardi Oak Heart, like the 750 milliliter bottle or whatever, like a whole bottle of it, and we split it. Like we literally half, and like he drank half, I drank half. And we were sitting down playing on the computer or whatever. We didn't feel drunk at all. We were like, man, this is horseshit. You know what I mean? Like, we just spent $25 on this bottle of, like, Bacardi Oak Heart or whatever. And then I was like, man, whatever. I have to pee. I literally stand up and fall right over. Like, just it's literally, like, up and straight back down. Like,
Yeah.
lost all vertigo. And then he did the same thing. He stood up, fell right over. So we, like, stumbled outside and tried to get sober for, like, 2 hours. We were just walking around, like, as best we could. Because we literally went from, like, not drunk at all to, like, oh, my God, my existence is ending. That was in my drinking days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chico knows how drunk. That was the drunkest I ever got by far, was that one night.
Really? Yeah, it was just me and you and Larson just shooting the shit.
Yeah, and I tried to... I figured out when I tried to plug my phone in. I dropped it like 7 times in a row.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Yeah,
Wait,
and then I tried to eat food because I was
you
like,
were
oh,
doing
I'm
some-
gone. I need to eat and
Yeah,
sober
you were
up.
doing something the next day, like super early in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that's the crazy thing about me, too, actually, is, like, when I get shitty, like, I'll wake up 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter if I went to bed at 7. Like, I'm up and ready to go at 8. I mean, I'm still hungover, don't get me wrong, but, like, my brain is like, nope, we're good. Good for the day.
I think...
I don't
go.
think Mike was good that day.
No, I wasn't. I was not. And we had to drive, too. I think I was still drunk when I woke up, and we had to go...
You were going to Hamilton, I think.
No, we had to go... I think we went up north.
Utica. No, you went to Utica.
We were driving somewhere really far away, and...
The hockey game you were going
Something
to.
I don't know what was going on, but we had to wake up early to drive up there, and I was just like hungover, probably still drunk. I remember just like I should not drive, and then I had to make Emily drive because I didn't want to get driving drunk. Not good, bad.
No. Bad. Very bad.
So
Damn, dude.
that was bad.
Well,
That hit me hard, man. That's the
Oh,
worst
geez.
I've ever been, ever.
So that means the next time I come over, you got to make sure you're not doing anything on a Sunday.
That or I can just eat like a steak beforehand. If I eat before I drink, I'm usually fine.
So you gotta get a lot of munchies. Like I know it's
Yeah.
really bad for you to drink and have munchies, but dude, like French fries, man. French
Oh,
fries are my
yeah.
ultimate sober food.
Soaks it right
you
up.
give me like a oh yeah.
I want a nice brandy. I really like. It's been a while. Probably I don't even want to think about how long it's been. But oh man, nice brandy aged for like 4 or 5 years.
That does sound good. I don't think I've actually ever had brandy.
Oh, it's
I
great.
usually stick to just whiskey and vodka.
Brandy's great because it's aged a little bit more. I think it's just aged whiskey. So, I don't know. They add stuff to it. Like the kind I was getting had, I think, plums in it or something, some type of fruit. But like it just you could just barely taste it.
Brandy's got like not sweeteners, but it's got like sweeter notes to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, it's delicious.
That sounds good. I'll definitely. We'll have to put that on a checklist or something like that of stuff that we want to do. I told Brittany that we got to try to go to the casino too while we're up there,
yeah,
just for shits and gigs.
Brandon's got to make that money.
Yeah,
I'll bankroll you again as long as you make the money.
There you go. As long as you get your cut right.
Oh yeah. Get some nice
Cavassier.
I'll try and get Nick to go.
Oh,
and Beans and Todd.
You know,
you'll see Beans throw down $2,000 on those tables.
Oh jeez, man, that would hurt my soul if I had one. Like
the last time I went to Turning Stone for a pool tournament, and for whatever reason they were also there that weekend. And Beans just messaged me. He goes, "Hey Cheeks, are you here for the pool tournament?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm up in the room." There's no coincidence. He just happened to go that weekend, and I go down to the blackjack tables because I know that's where they're going to be, and they were down there and. Beans was down like $200 already, and I sat down, and I always sit at the beginning because I always do dumb things in blackjack just to have fun because I'm going in there knowing I'm going to spend money in the casino, not that I'm going to make anything. If I make money, that's fun, but yeah. So I'm playing like $20 hands, and like if I get like 2 kings, like I'm that asshole that splits kings.
Yeah.
And like twice that I've done that, I hit blackjack where I got like another king on top of it, and then I re-split that one. So like I drive people absolutely mad doing that. So in that time, Beans went from like -200 to like -1400. I'm just like, Beans, you should probably back off a little bit because you're not doing so hot. He goes, no, I'm overall up, so it's okay if I spend it. I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you can't spend your money, but Beans, you should probably stop. So I think he ended up right at like the 2,000 mark where he stopped. I think Todd told him that he can't spend anymore.
Man, if I had $2,000 to blow, like I would not go to the casino. Like, Jesus.
No, you could make money.
Man, are you kidding me? Like, I would find something, to like build or like to just to re-up my money. Like, oh, I have $2,000. Let's build a $2,000 table and sell it for $16,000.
Well, yeah, but that takes time and effort. This is the get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah,
that everyone loves.
2,000 with a $14,000 return is fairly quick if you can do it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, true. Well, I mean, God, what? I had $0. Mike gave me a 20, and this is like the first time I'd ever really went to the casino with him.
Yeah.
And so
not
my card
just
was getting
you and Henry both. I have no idea at all what you're doing.
Well, see, here's the thing. My card was getting declined, right? This was actually for his wedding weekend when I flew up. And
okay.
My card kept getting declined. And so Mike lends me $20. And he's like, here, man, just play some. If you win, you win. If you don't, whatever. So I start playing blackjack, and I'm starting to lose. So I'm like, nah, fuck this. Like, so I go over to the little
Keno.
Arcade machine
Super Ball
things.
Keno.
Yeah, and I play that, and I get myself up a good bit, and then I go back over to the blackjack tables, and I end up what is it, like all in. So eventually I win like $360. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done. Like, walking away, can't do this anymore. And I basically gave Mike, $60. Yeah. Like, there you go. That's your return on investment. For every 100 I got, you get $20. And then I spent the $300 like that was my spending money, and I didn't have to touch my card the entire
great.
time I was there.
But Henry,
It was pretty great.
Henry's doing the same. Like, we were playing Keno, and like I do the same bet you guys would do. We'd all hit the button, whatever, and do, and I'd be like, oh, I lost, and I look over, and you guys are just like, yeah, I made $20.
Yep.
I just
definitely a
lost.
thing.
I don't think I won a single time, and you guys just kept winning. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna save $15 so I can go play blackjack or whatever. And then I'm doing the smart plays, like staying on 17, and and then Henry's like hitting on 17, getting a 4. Henry's like talking back to the dealer. It was great.
Yep.
Good
times.
You guys both made money. I was pissed.
You made money. You made $60.
I did make, yeah. Well, I was happy for you guys, but I wanted to win too.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, hey, you got a wife out of it.
Yeah,
right?
so I
How's
was
that?
gonna say you're already winning in a different way that weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Man, I'm ready to go to this doctor appointment already.
Yeah.
I don't want to like get really into it because we're about at the hour mark, man.
It's gonna suck.
I feel like crap. It's awful.
You do
I hate it.
anything?
Well, yeah, not really. I'm not allowed to lift more than 5 pounds,
Yeah.
so I'm literally like stuck at home, not doing shit all day.
From what I hear,
and
from a coworker who had it done, it's gonna suck.
oh yeah, I'm totally sure. I've heard from quite a few people that if it is like surgery and it is like a hernia type surgery, that it's like I'm not gonna have any fun at all.
No. I mean, you'd be able to play a lot of video games and maybe play guitar. Hopefully.
I mean, I hope video games at least. Guitar would be better, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find
what
out
I
on
heard
Thursday.
is taking
so.
a dump hurts because you use your abs to
Oh,
do
yeah.
everything.
Dude, your abdomen literally controls like everything. So like if I sneeze or cough or fart or do anything like that, like yeah, I'm not excited about it. I literally am going to be quarantined to the house and hope to God that allergens don't get in somehow. But anyway, so we're definitely at the hour mark. There's one more thing that I wanted to kind of plug for my parents real quick. They set up a GoFundMe account, and basically what they're doing is they're trying to get up enough money to kind of have a little bit in savings, so to speak. But essentially their plan is by this time next year, they want to get like an RV and, like a truck and like a fifth wheel, basically. And that's essentially going to be their permanent residence. You know what I mean? They're just going to drive back and forth, visit all the kids and whatever else. So they were really super stoked about the whole GoFundMe thing. And right now I think it's been up for like 5 days and they've made like $120, which really isn't bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's so that's I'm not saying that you guys necessarily have to donate, but I told my mom that I would put it on the podcast in case somebody heard it. Yeah, there's like a whole description and everything. I'll throw up the link on the Facebook page too. But I'm actually gonna try to sell my half stack. I've been trying to sell it for a while, but nobody's really given me what I want for it. But I'll probably sell that and flip them the money, just because. It literally sits in my room now and collects dust because I bought a smaller amp that I record with now.
Huh.
So, but yeah, so that's all I got, fellas. If we're all good on that.
So, Brandon, do you
Anybody
remember Jesse Jensen?
Yes.
I'm going to invite you to watch a show called The Ranch on Netflix.
The Ranch on Netflix. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You should check it out. Jesse Jensen is involved with it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. The Ranch. Hold on, let me write that down. The Ranch, Netflix.
Well, The Ranch on Netflix, obviously. Just...
On Netflix. Okay. Flix. Sweet. So is this like a show on Netflix, or is this just a thing involving Netflix?
Nope, it's a show on Netflix.
The Ranch. Okay. Crazy. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up, and hopefully, I'm assuming that my doctor's appointment on Thursday, they're not going to be like, all right, let's get you in surgery Friday. So I'll be sure to.
There'll probably be like some prep time to it. I mean, if they see it Thursday, it's more than likely you won't be seen until like maybe the following Wednesday.
Yeah. So, well, I'm hoping that at least I can get one more podcast in because I don't know how much podcasting I'm going to be doing after I do get surgery if I need it. But so yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next week. I'm assuming I will. But yeah, I'll check out the ranch and we'll discuss all of that next week.
Alrighty.
Sound good?
All right.
All right, good deal. Well, I am Brandon. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Mike.
And I'm your beloved Chico.
Have a good night, everybody.
Peace out.